Well, it's been pretty amazing. I mean, when I joined the brewery, we made two beers, Brooklyn Lager and Brooklyn Brown Ale. My first jobs were actually to reformulate those and kind of get those into good shape. And then I started to bring out new beers even before we built this. Up at the other facility, started to formulate new things. The first thing was Black Chocolate Stout back in 1994, then East India Pale Ale in 1995. Then we built this in 1996 and started to bring out other things. And now, on a yearly basis, we make about 16 or 17 different beers every year, as opposed to two. So we have a lot more variety. We always started off from an international basis, if you like. I coming out of my year overseas and then traveling back there a lot. Steve Hindy, who's the founder, having spent his time in the Middle East as a reporter, and that's really where beer came to him, because all the reporters, when you were working in countries where you couldn't get any beer, they made their own beer so they could have some. So, he fell in love with that while doing that. So there was always an international side, and by 1990 we were already selling beer in Japan. Today, Brooklyn Brewery sells beer in 15 countries. We're the number 2 or number 3, somewhere in there, draft line in New York City itself. But we're actually a pretty small company. We make a bit over 100,000 barrels a year, which is maybe 1.3 million cases. But to give you some idea, we're in the top 20 breweries in the United States, but Sam Adams is about 25 times our size, and then Anheuser-Busch InBev is 200 times their size. Well, after losing your mind, because you probably will leave something which actually paid money to go do something which, at least for your first bunch of years, won't. It's like it's like going to work in the kitchen. But then again, you will be very popular, among everybody. I have 4,000 some odd Facebook friends, and I don't think it's all about my personality. As much as I think I'm fun to be with, I think it might have something to do with making beer. And it's a real blend between art and science, which is what keeps it very interesting. And what actually I think ties it into filmmaking. I think filmmaking is a blend of art and science. You have to have technical ability, and once you have that technical ability, though, to really do something, you have to have something to say. You can write music, but can you play the guitar? Can you actually do it? There is something technical to it, and it's not just a skill. So, I have to have something to say in this beer. I have to have creative ideas, but I also have to have the scientific background to run all of these organic chemical processes, to manage fermentation, to understand what's going on when we're running the brew house. And that means that on a day-to-day basis, things are generally pretty fascinating. Most days are cool, some days are better than others, like any other job, but it's almost never boring.